dogs. You know, I had this Pomeranian, you know how those fluffy, cute fluffy, and my dad would say, no dogs in the bed, okay? Now, one time, I'm like, oh, you want to come over? So I would hide her, and she was so young. I would say, okay, my dad would come to check on everyone's sleeping and saying good night. I would say, okay, dad is coming to stay in here quiet. Just as my dad would come into the room, she will peep out from under the comforter. Poof! After a few of those incidents, no, you go sleep in your bed. And be yelled at all the time. All right, so there's a few things I want to mention before Alicia gets started. One is about the information we are requesting from you. Those are all needed for program. Remember you wrote down about use of social media, Facebook. I have reviewed that. Seems like majority of you would like to use Facebook and blogs, so we are starting our own website. We will also create like a closed Facebook group so people can post. And we will have recipes and other things in our blog. We are getting started. So remember, all information we are requesting from you, we use it, okay? I'm not doing it. I have a 62-page CV. I don't need anything for academic. What I do is what helps me or makes me feel good is at the end of the day, I feel like I have helped someone. Okay? You have to help yourself, but I can also be, I can do something to help you. So remember, any information, and in the beginning we asked you to do quite a bit of surveys. Again, we will track those things. That will help us to see if the program is working, is not working. But remember, you don't have to answer any question you don't feel comfortable, okay? You have the right. So just wanted to emphasize that if we are requesting data for program evaluation and you don't feel comfortable, like a lot of people don't want to answer the income question, okay? So, or female may not want to answer age, okay? So, and you know Jim doesn't want to tell me what his bank account number is. I asked him 1,000,000 times. So anyways, so the thing is, again, the weight data, I think some people want to have their weight. You may not have a weighing machine at home. We are looking into how to give you back that information. I'm thinking, and I want your thoughts. What if when we give you back your food tracking booklet, can we write it down? But it will be 1 week ahead. Okay, so what we are writing down is not
you get that day.
Not you get that day. It will be it's 1 week behind. Is that okay? If that's okay, we'll be writing down your weights as we give you back from now on, okay? That was one of the things that was asked and I wanted to address. Any questions you have, please ask your health coach, or you can ask me, you can ask Sierra, you can ask Samantha. So we are here to help you. And again, remember, next week, we are going to have our program start half hour later. There is a program going on. This is the last one at the church. So our weights will be 2:30 to 3, and the program is going to be from 3 to 4. Okay? All done? Okay. We'll also tell all of next week, and that is November 15th. And I will tell all of your health coaches to remind you, just in case when they're calling you or emailing or texting. So you have not met Alicia. Alicia McNeil, she is an undergraduate student. She is in College of Physical Activity and Sports Sciences. She is interested to do more on sports psychology, on lifestyle behaviors and changes. And Alicia is going to take over now.
Hi guys, nice to meet you all. Good to be here. Today our session 6 is called Taking Charge of What's Around You. Before we we get into that, I just want to review how your week's gone since the last session. Have you guys had any trouble keeping track? Have you guys been able to add in physical activity? Add in physical activity to your daily lives? So, walking. Good, that's great. Have there been any difficulties since then? Lowering your calories or fat grams? There has been difficulties. What was hard about it?
The homemade cinnamon rolls.
We went to a health fair, and they have a bake sale right there in the same room. And this lady is notorious for making, these homemade cinnamon rolls, her biggest cat has.
Smell them.
Oh, so we had to eat 2 apiece. That's what I'm saying. They have these Asian pods and everything. It's fair.
Well, that's all right. I think in moments like that, it's okay to treat yourself as long as you're both throughout the week eating healthier than you have been previously. All right, so today we're going to talk about taking charge of what's around you and how to make these things support your activity goals.
Do you have a question? No, I just wanted to share that I went to Cleveland with my daughter, and we ended up one day doing 20,000 steps.
Wow.
And it wasn't bad enough that we did that. She's 23 and very active. She decided after we got back into the room, we were so tired we really didn't go to dinner, but we ate really nice lunches, very ethnic lunches everywhere we went. But we got back to the room, and she said, Mom, she said, I think what we should do is go work out. She did. And she did the elliptical, and I sat on a recumbent bike and bicycled for 20 minutes and had some abysmal calorie count, like, burned 80 calories or something ridiculous while she was doing her elliptical. But we ended up going to Giant Eagle that night and getting salads at the salad bar. And just eating salads. Well, we had eaten ethnic lunches every single day.
Right.
But, I count the starches. Even for the desserts, I said, well, let's get this, and we split it in half. And so, we did okay. I was afraid to get weighed, and I still lost some weight. I think the 20,000 steps helped a lot.
Yeah.
But it was very trying, because everywhere I went, I smelled food, and I wanted it, and I just kept saying, no, I'm not gonna eat that, no, I'm not gonna eat that.
take insulin? You don't take insulin?
No, I don't, no, but we ended up eating Japanese teriyaki the first lunch in one at the Atrium in downtown Fifth Avenue. It was wonderful. And the second day, we ended up in a really neat little Mexican place, and I got a taco salad, which was nothing. It was very authentic, nothing like what we know as a taco salad. And then the third day, we ended up eating Italian. And so, we had heavier lunches, but they were kind of selective. They weren't crazy. But then I didn't do the heavy dinners, which is unlike me. I usually do heavy dinners and not heavy lunches.
See, yeah, I definitely think that's progress within itself. Even if you're eating some things unhealthy, you're learning to say no to other things. So that's great.
I have found that if I have a really active day, if I've eaten a decent lunch like I'm supposed to, and I don't eat, if I'm real active in the afternoon and eat a light dinner, sugar gets way too low.
Your sugar gets too low?
Yeah, it's just like I have to eat more at dinner,
Right.
just to make up for the activity.
Yeah. That makes sense. Maybe sometimes drinking a glass of orange juice can help.
Well, yeah, that's what, I keep those little, the little bottles of orange juice,
Right.
7 gallon size, because I don't really drink orange juice, but I keep those little bottles, I think they're 12, 14 ounces, something like that.
Okay, that's good.
As long as you're aware.
Right,
As long as you're
definitely.
aware that your sugar's there.
Good, well, that's great you're aware. I like hearing that you guys are making progress. This is great. All right, well, have you guys ever heard about cues for eating, like eating cues? Can you guys list any that you think you can think of? You can look on page 1. There's some examples of cues that make you want to eat.
I love to watch the cooking TV.
And they just make you want to start eating. Yeah. And you like to cook.
And the pizza commercial.
The pizza commercials, absolutely. Conversation about foods, just talking about food, thinking about food. Anything else?
Anything.
Anything?
Anything, the guy, the food guy in the paper.
Right.
And all those good recipes, and, I live in apartment house, I smell somebody else's cooking while I'm passing by, I think, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that smells so good.
Smelling, absolutely. Sight.
It's just too much.
Do you guys ever crave food or want to eat when you're sad or lonely, even if you're not actually hungry? Yeah, well, this,
When you're bored.
when you're bored,
That's when you're bored.
yeah, I've struggled with that before. This session is, we're gonna try and help you guys control those cues and try and avoid them. So, when you respond to a food cue in the same way over and over again, you end up developing a habit. Say, watching TV, you automatically grab the potato chips, and then you just develop a habit. I'm in front of the TV, I'm gonna eat chips. Or if you go to the movies, do you guys always buy popcorn or snacks? Yeah, it's just a habit. Like, I'm going to the movies, I'm gonna buy popcorn. That's perfectly normal. We've been programmed to be this way ever since we were born. If you look at the bottom of page 1, there are some examples of how you can change problem food cues and habits. So the first one is just to stay away from the cue, out of sight, out of mind. The second one is to build a new, healthier habit, such as bringing gum with you to the movies, to refrain from eating popcorn. If you continuously do this, it takes time, but you'll develop the habit of not eating.
The other thing to do is to get a child's portion,
Yes, a child's portion.
because then you still satisfy that want, but you're not eating this huge bucket.
I completely agree. If you're going to the movies and you normally order a large popcorn, maybe you could start developing the habit of getting a child's portion and maybe not putting butter on it. And then you develop that habit. When you start getting movies, that's all you'll want. That's a great example. It's important to remember that it takes a while to break old habits and develop new ones. It doesn't happen overnight. They say a rule is 21 days will help you break a habit or build a new one, which is only 3 weeks. It's just taking it day by day and step by step is really what you need to focus on. Now, if you guys turn to page 2, we can discuss some of the problem food cues in your life and some ways you can change them. So I want you guys to picture where you live. Pretend you're walking in through the front door, and whatever room you're in, are there any cues in your living room or kitchen that make you guys want to eat?
Refrigerator.
The refrigerator?
Yeah, it just makes me hungry.
Just looking at it? Anything else? The stuff you keep in the refrigerator?
Oh, it's stuff to keep in your kitchen.
In your kitchen?
Yeah.
Yes. So with the refrigerator and the fridge, a great way to get away from the food cue of wanting to eat at least unhealthy foods would be to not buy these foods in the first place. But if you can't do that, say you have kids or a spouse that just wants to eat these foods, you can put them in the back of the freezer or the refrigerator and then put healthier options that you enjoy eating in the front, such as your favorite fruits and vegetables, or just healthier snacks or frozen foods and drinks. Yes?
Question is, if you deprive yourself totally from it though, is it not, I mean, I don't know what statistics and research show, but is it not harder to, is it not more difficult to stay on task when you totally deprive yourself?
Yeah, I definitely would not recommend totally depriving yourself. I don't know if this would work for you guys, but say you don't buy any of the unhealthy foods if you think you can go through your week like that, and then maybe having like one meal or a couple snacks that you purchase, but not in bulk, so you don't have that just sitting at your house ready to just grab and eat at any given time. But I definitely want to deprive yourself totally because that can cause you to want to binge on unhealthy food. And you said stuff sitting out on tables and in the kitchen. A good way to get rid of this food cue is just to put them in cabinets. Say you have candy from Halloween for your kids that you can't resist eating. Maybe having someone hide it from you or putting it in a brown paper bag. It's actually been proven if you put it, hide the candy. Sometimes you can put stuff in a brown paper bag, and that will make you not want to reach for it as much, just because it's unattractive and hidden from your sight.
But you know, if you want something, I mean, I'll go get it.
Right.
You know, it's not like whether it's there or it's, 5 minutes to turn. It's like if you get it on your line, you just go get it.
I know what you're saying. I think in those moments you just have to really step back and be mindful and think about what your long-term goals are, and just kind of personally try and fight through that urge.
So it's not true saying, if you go on and get it, if you done your system.
What do you mean?
Say, right now I want
Uh-huh.
something, and I think, well, if I go on and get it, then I'll be okay, and then I won't want it.
Right.
But then you
Because I
want
find
more.
myself doing that.
Only for that minute.
Yeah, that might just be a temporary relief for you. The more and more you guys eat healthier, the less, hopefully the less you'll crave it. Because you'll develop these habits. And it's hard to imagine, but over time, you'll start realizing like, wow, I've been walking 10 minutes a day. I used to never do that, but this is just programmed in my brain now. Same with eating healthier foods. What are some other food cues you guys have? What about when you're cooking
I
dinner?
was gonna say, that's the hardest time for me.
The
I
hardest.
exercise after work, and then I come home
Uh-huh.
starving, and then I have to fix something. I'm in the kitchen, by the refrigerator.
Do you snack as you start cooking?
Sorry?
Like, do
So
you
then,
start eating
so
as
then
you're
you take your
cooking?
sugar, it's all whacked out.
And then, well, I do have low-calorie cheese sticks in the refrigerator, so I try to eat one of those
Right.
while I'm prepping something. But it's hard when you're hungry.
Right,
And I try to drink water.
right. I definitely think a way you can avoid that is to have a snack before you even start cooking at all, and then make it a rule to just cook your dinner, sit down, eat it, enjoy it. And what about leftovers for you guys? Do you guys have trouble not going back for seconds? Even if you're not hungry, you just want to go back for seconds because you see the food out, right out? Anybody? No? Well, that's good. If you do have trouble going back for leftovers, you could always just take your plate and clean it, even if people are still eating around you. Sometimes your plate sitting there and people eating more make you want to eat more food. What about at work? Do you guys have any food cues on your way to work or at work that make you want to eat?
At work, and they decide that they want to cut down all the bags of
Right.
things like that, chips.
Chips.
Yeah.
They always have the tables full of food.
Right, I was gonna
The
say,
table's full of food.
last week, my friends brought in cookies and a big box of donuts.
Wow.
So,
Well, the best way to avoid these things is kind of just what you would think is just honestly trying to avoid these areas, because even if you tell yourself, I'm going to go in and talk to my friends and not eat anything bad, once you go in there and you see the donuts and the cookies, you might just have that food cue and be tempted to eat it and eat it. Also, you guys could bring in low calorie and fat snacks for your coworkers if you wanted to. Maybe this would encourage your coworkers to also bring in healthier ones, and then you would have more options to eat while you're at work. Another thing is you guys could keep healthier snacks in your desk drawers if you guys have those. So if you have the urge to eat something that you see that's unhealthy, like a donut or a cookie, you could go and grab your snack, and that might satisfy you guys.
See chocolate chip cookies.
Not when you see chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, man.
Yes,
Alicia, I have a question.
yes.
So at work,
Uh-huh.
my office, right around my office, the corner, they all bring food, and typically they are donuts and cookies and all that. And I have a huge sweet tooth. So every time I go to my office or go out, I'm looking at that. And even though I have snacks in my office, sometimes those are very tempting.
Well,
Can they
maybe,
move it? Can they move it further down the
I
hallway?
wish, I hope. I'm like, get that out. I don't want to see that. I respond to cues very much. Even if I'm not hungry, food is out there, I will eat. So.
I guess that's why offices have break rooms, so they can put it in the room, you don't have to go in that room. if you don't
I
want.
know.
yeah, I would definitely try and avoid those areas. Maybe ask if you could put the cookies in a cabinet or the cake in the fridge. So even if you have to pass that area, you don't just see it and want to go in and eat it.
That would not be good in this situation.
It's difficult, but the more often you avoid these things, the more of the habit you'll develop, and it'll become easier each time you do it.
Yeah, I don't eat it, but it's very tempting though.
Right.
That's your story.
Say, I think.
Just to be a good example.
She got, which they are, and they have them on sale, she bought 6 boxes of them. And so, but she ended up, I guess, the day after, taking them all, well, she took them all, get rid of them. But, and she just left us one.
Yeah,
The one is still there, we haven't.
that's good though. If you have food at home that you want to get rid of, it's a great idea to bring it to your friends or neighbors. Definitely. So the 3 most important things to remember, whether you're at home or at work, is to keep high fat and calorie foods out of your house and workplace if possible, and if you can't keep them out, try and keep them out of sight and out of mind. Because when you don't see them, you won't think of them as often. The second thing is to limit your eating to one place in your house or at work. When you're hungry, go to this place and eat only there. This can help you distinguish between hunger and other cues. So if say you eat in your living room and in the kitchen and in your bedroom, try and start eating only in the kitchen or at one spot you choose, and go there when you're hungry and just eat there. Because then this can help you develop the habit, and it can help you distinguish between if you're actually hungry or if you're just wanting to eat.
So never carry it in the living room.
Yeah.
Bad place.
Yeah, that can just cause distracted eating, and you're not even enjoying your food as much, I don't think. In front of the TV. Yeah, absolutely. And the third thing that's important to remember is when you eat, yeah, the TV, yeah, it's when you eat, limit other activities such as TV, driving, and talking on the phone, because this causes distracted eating. So that's the third thing, important thing to remember. So what about when you guys are grocery shopping? Are there food cues when you guys are grocery shopping that makes you want to buy, yeah? Such as what?
Well, just about any time. When you go down the aisles, you look and you can't help it.
Yeah.
And the food on the package is very, they've got these really nice layouts.
Attractive. Yeah, absolutely. That's a marketing technique. They want you to guys to buy those foods.
Well, and then they have little sample stations.
Sample
Yeah.
station.
That's
Yes.
You can make a meal.
Yeah, don't go to Sam's at 10 o'clock on a Saturday. Or do go if you want one.
When you guys
Should dinner there.
when you guys go grocery shopping, you guys should try start. If you guys don't already make a shopping list, start making a shopping list and tell yourself you're only going to buy the foods that you need that are on the shopping list. Make it a rule not to buy anything else. If the samples tempt you, maybe just tell yourself you're not going to have any of the samples if it's going to make you want to buy the unhealthy foods. Also, if you guys eat before you go grocery shopping, yes, Dr. Misha.
I would actually say taste the sample, but don't buy the whole thing. Taste it. It's okay to taste it, okay? And then don't buy, because typically the sample have samples because they want you to buy them.
Right.
And don't buy.
Also, have you guys ever gone grocery shopping hungry and you just want to buy everything? Yeah, absolutely.
spend twice as much.
Oh, absolutely, me too. So definitely eat a meal or a snack before you go grocery shopping. It'll be 2 to 10 times easier to resist the foods you want to buy.
Yeah. End up with everything except for what you went there for.
Right, right. Because you just want to eat everything, absolutely. Also, if the grocery store you go to doesn't sell healthy food options that you enjoy, you can always ask the manager. I know Dr. Mishra has had success asking the manager to order foods that she wanted. So you guys could always do that if you are unhappy with your selection. Also, try not to obsess over using coupons. Just because a high-fat and calorie food is on sale with a coupon doesn't mean you should buy it. Now you guys can turn to page 3. We're going to discuss adding positive cues for physical activity to your life. So if you have a habit of being inactive, such as sitting down and watching TV right after dinner, you have many cues around you associated to inactivity probably. What do you guys think you could add to your living room that would prompt you to be active?
A stationary bike.
Stationary bike, absolutely.
It only prompts me to hang things on it.
Do make a good photograph.
I think it's important to remember that when we add these activity cues to our life, it takes more than just the cue to actually implement the action. So you see the cue, and that's your reminder that I should be physically active, and then you actually have to, of course, do it. Yeah, spouse can be a great reminder. What are some other things you guys could add to your household you think that could promote you guys to be active?
I keep a kettlebell in the living room to do exercises, but honestly, I don't watch TV, so,
Okay.
you know, but if I'm in there, my goal is to use it while I'm watching something news or
Okay,
whatever.
good. And maybe you can move that kettlebell to another room that you use more often.
What's that?
I said maybe you can move that kettlebell to a room that you use more often.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Kitchen.
The kitchen.
Cooking.
Something else you guys could do would be hang a photo or poster of people being active around your house. Some motivational quotes, or even just sticky notes reminding you guys of self. So say you eat dinner and you go and watch TV directly after. Maybe you could put a sticky note on your TV saying, take a walk for 30 minutes and then come and watch TV. You could buy at-home exercise videos, and instead of storing them in a closed cabinet, leave them out for you to remind you to use them. You could keep healthy exercise magazines in a visible place. In your kitchen, you could put motivational photos or quotes on your fridge. In the bathroom, you could do the same thing. For the garage, if you guys can keep your car in the garage, sometimes that will help you guys. Say you're walking outside and you're going to go to a friend's house down the street, and your car's sitting out front, you may be more inclined to get in your car and drive down the road than walking. But if your car's in the garage, you guys might be more inclined to walk down the street, which would be great. Also, if you kept exercise shoes and bags in the front seat of your car, this could prompt you guys to go to the gym after work instead of having to go home and grab your exercise clothing and shoes. Have any of you guys tried that?
Yeah, I take my swimming stuff to work.
Good, awesome. Yeah, it definitely saves a lot of time, and you could just go straight from work. I think half the battle is getting to the gym or getting to wherever you're doing physical activity. But once you get there, you're there, and you can just walk on the treadmill or do whatever activity you guys want to do. Definitely.
I think the pedometer is also cute.
Yes.
I flipped it and looked at it several times.
Yes, absolutely. I was going to say that. The pedometer is definitely a cue. Looking down on it, seeing how many steps you have. Setting goals to reach a certain amount of steps, definitely a great motivational cue. At work, you guys could do the same thing if you guys are able to keep walking shoes near your desk or in a locker to remind you guys to take a walk if you guys have any breaks while you're at work. You could also put notes on your desk or wherever you guys are working to remind you to take walks. Setting setting an alarm on your watch or your phone to take a walk could help you guys, remind you guys too. And also, you guys could make regular daily appointments with yourself to take a walk, or even with a coworker or a friend. I know, say you tell your coworker, let's meet up at 2 o'clock and go on a walk for 15 minutes. Say it's 2 o'clock and you really don't feel like going on the walk anymore. If you have this appointment set up with your friend, you're way more likely to do it because you don't want to back out on them. So that definitely could help you guys. Now we'll discuss some ways to remove cues for being inactive. Can you guys think of any cues that you can remove?
Turn the TV off.
Turn the TV off. Another thing is just if you're able to hide the TV and stay behind closed cabinets or any way, that could definitely help you guys watch less TV. Anything else you guys can think of?
Use the steps.
Use the steps, absolutely. Your packet actually suggests that you take things upstairs each time they need to be taken upstairs. So instead of piling things down at the bottom, if you need to take something upstairs, take it upstairs, then come back down. The next time, do the same thing, because that's an easy way to just add in extra steps. Can anyone think of anything else?
Adopt a dog.
Yes, you absolutely. If you want a dog or a pet, and that would just, you have to walk your dog, so that would definitely have you guys add in some physical activity. Absolutely. It would be an expensive item, but. Alright, so in summary, it takes time to break old habits and build new, healthier ones, but it can be done. One of the most important steps you can take is to get rid of problem cues and add new ones that will help you live a healthier lifestyle. You can make activity cues work for you and not against you. So this week, I want you guys to get rid of one problem food cue. If you guys could turn to your last page, or second to last page, and answer the questions on the top of the page. Of a problem food cue you'll get rid of. And I have an example one I could read to you guys. If you can't think of anything. And if you guys can't think of anything, on page 1, there's a list of the food cues we discussed.